My neighbor and best friend slept with my husband. The scripture told us not to covet anything that belongs to our neighbors, but my husband and my best friend, who was also my neighbor, ignored that. However, I must admit, I ignored it too. My story might not be relatable to many of you, but like every human being, new things arouse our curiosity. My husband Jack and I moved to London. We bought a new house in a lovely neighborhood. Our new neighbor Kerry was super nice to us from the get-go. She was very attractive, well-spoken, and single. When we were inquiring about installing Wi-Fi in our new house, she suggested that we could share hers. She gave us access to her Wi-Fi, Amazon, and Netflix. We offered to pay half, of course, but she refused to take it. Over the years, we became very close. I could say she became our best friend. We literally did everything together. We went on multiple holidays together. We shared everything. Just to give you a picture of what I'm talking about, we decked out our garden and put furniture and a fire pit to keep us warm and cozy. We normally sat out there, night or day. That's our cozy spot. One day I suggested that we made a gate that gave us both access to each other's gardens. We all thought it was a great idea, so we installed one. One evening, all three of us sat in the garden enjoying a few bottles of wine. I mentioned that Jack's birthday was coming up and he was going to be the big 5-0, and I had no idea what to get him. We were all discussing it and Kerry suggested that I should ask Jack what he wanted. I told her that every year I always asked him, and he always jokingly responded with the same answer. A threesome. That's when Kerry said, maybe you should grant him his wish. One only lives once. I tentatively said, with who? Kerry replied, I don't mind. From the look on her face, I could see that she was dead serious. And from the look on Jack's face, he was shocked. Nothing like that had ever crossed my mind before, but the thought of it aroused my curiosity and piqued my imagination. I swallowed my saliva and then I nervously said, maybe. Kerry said, why not? I sort of shrugged it off. I thought maybe she had too much wine to drink. That night, before we went to bed, I asked Jack to give me his honest opinion about what she had said. He explained how surprised he was that she had suggested that, and that when he was younger, it was his dream. I kept thinking about it. It was like she planted a seed in my mind, and it was growing. Jack asked for my honest opinion. I lied, and I said, I don't know, but to be honest, the curiosity was killing me. I even researched how it worked. The next evening we were hanging out as usual and I wanted to bring up the subject, but I didn't know how to. That's when Kerry said, I meant what I said last night about the threesome. If you guys are interested. I asked Kerry if she'd had one before. She answered, of course. I told her that Jack and I had never experienced it. The topic dominated the rest of the evening. Kerry explained to us how it works and that there was nothing to worry about. Just think of it as an adult play date. I will not lie. It aroused my curiosity even more. And to be honest, it made me a bit juicy. In the end, we all agreed to go through with it, with 2 conditions. The conditions were that we would do it as a one-off for Jack's birthday, and that it doesn't come between our friendship. I knew it was a dream of his, as it is for most men. On the evening of Jack's birthday, we went to a restaurant to celebrate. The food was delicious. We sat there waiting for dessert. I didn't know if it was the overexcitement or nerves, but I felt like dessert was taking forever to come. I was thinking, let's skip the dessert and just go. I couldn't wait to leave. I was trembling in anticipation of what was about to happen that evening. We left straight after dessert. On the way home, Kerry asked, Your place or mine? I said. Whichever. She said she was going to have a shower and to come over in 20. Jack and I had a quick shower, and as always, Jack was super calm about everything. For me, that was the longest 20 minutes of my life. I could not wait. Jack's dream was about to come true, yet I was more excited than he was. I wore one of my sexy lingeries underneath my bathrobe. Jack just wore his bathrobe. After all, we're only popping next door. When we got to Kerry's, she led us up into the guest room. The light was dim with a banner which read, "Happy birthday, Jack." When she removed her clothes, her body was flawless. I've never seen Jack's eyes light up like that before. Kerry introduced a few toys to the playdate, which made me reach heights that I didn't realize I could reach. I realized that our love life was basic. I absolutely enjoyed the experience, to be honest. The only thing that was a bit worrying was at one point I was a bit jealous because Jack was paying more attention to Kerry than he was to me. Afterwards, we were so exhausted we didn't bother to go back home, and we fell asleep in Kerry's home. We spoke about the experience the next morning and promised that it wouldn't happen again. But if I'm honest, I would love it to happen again. But I love Jack and I don't want to share him with anyone. Let's fast forward 15 months later. I took half a day off work and I came home earlier than expected. When I got home, Jack was nowhere to be seen in our house. I became suspicious. I went into the back gate and entered Kerry's house. I found them both naked, lying next to each other, fast asleep. I was livid, and they were surprised to see me. They were both apologizing profusely. I asked, "How long? I need to know everything." That's when Jack said, "For about 8 months. Then Kerry mentioned that she aborted a pregnancy for Jack. I just broke down and cried. I hadn't spoken to Kerry for a few months, and Jack kept apologizing. To be honest, I wasn't really mad at them. I was just upset that they didn't include me. After all, I was the one who brought it up in the first place. I went to talk to Kerry to iron things out between us, and I told her exactly what I really thought about what they had done. She told me that she was seeing someone. When I met him, he was looking hot. I suggested that we swing. Without any hesitation, Kerry agreed. Now a 3 become 4, and we do it on a regular basis. I know what you're probably thinking, but I don't care. It's my life. I live it how I want to. So don't judge me. Many of you are probably fantasizing about it right now, but I'm living it. Each person's life is unique, and there is no one right way to live it, as long as you're living your life with kindness, compassion, and respect for yourself and others. Keep being true to yourself and making choices that align with your values and goals. Can you relate? Please subscribe to this channel for more true life stories. It's free to subscribe.